All right. Oh, hang on. We got to go grab the router. Better spot. Hang on 1 second here. All right, we're back. What's up, everybody? Hey, sorry for being late to the live stream. I went into town to get some really awesome pizza here, and ended up taking a little bit longer than I anticipated. So this is a Alfredo pizza from in town. It's this place called the Pizza Joint. It's really good. Come here, sweetie. Come here. Oh boy, Sierra loves it. It's it's pretty tasty. So, what's up, everyone? Came back to the ranch. I guess I can't call it a ranch. I call it my mountain property. I got scolded by ranchers, but I came back to my place here. I'm actually reviewing a new battery from a company called Big Blue Tech. It's a 2500 watt hour battery, so 2.5 kilowatt hours, and you can put 1200 watts of solar in at one time, so you can charge it up in like 2 hours, which is amazing. So I've been back here testing it out. And I'm heading back out tomorrow to go truck camp. I know, Pumpkin. Sierra loves it. Come here, come here. You want some pizza? Come here. You want some? Come on, come on. She loves this stuff so much. I give her like the crust from it, and she can't get enough of it. Here you go. There you go. Okay, that's enough for now, baby girl. All right, so we got the outdoor fireplace ready to go for cooking up some stuff over there. So I've got that stove, the stove that I reviewed that I said is not good for interior. I've got it out ready for to go, and then I've got this going here. So I've got a projector that I use at night, and while I'm soaking in the hot tub over there, I'm gonna watch a little bit of the end of the final. I think it's like the Sweet 16 is going on right now, so gonna check that out. I know, Pumpkin. That's no more pizza. That's all. That's it for you. All right, let me say what's up to everybody in the comments. Sorry for being late though. Like I said, I went into town. It was. I know, Pumpkin. No more. No more. No more. I went into town and it was a little busy. So, all right, let's see. Pizza Yumini. Yeah, it's good stuff. Hello, Sharon. Back at you, Zach. Where's the beer? Let me go grab that real quick. Actually, I gotta grab my beer. Hang on 1 second. I'm gonna turn this around so you guys see what I'm. I know, Sierra. You're just a happy girl. I'm gonna turn this around real quick. Whoops. Let me turn it this way, and then you can see the camper there. I went and got a bunch of water earlier, so that's what the trailer parked over there. And then I got the water because each time I go get a water tote, it's two of the hot tubs full of water. So let me grab my beer real quick. All right, we're going with a hazy little thing from. So let's turn this back around here. All right, so what's up, everybody? Turn this over here, just like that. All right, we're good to go. What's up, Blaine? Come here. Oh, it's been a crazy week. I got my truck back. Everything's good with the exhaust. I'm pretty excited to have it ready. It's running great, which is awesome. Just did an oil change today, so we should be good to go for the summer, and we'll be set. Now, even with gas prices the way they are, I'm going to truck camp all summer, so I'm excited to get out there. I'm just going to not roll it at such a fast pace, just kind of roll it more of a gingerly pace as I roll along like the Southwest, but I want to stay in the Four Corners area for the summer, so that's what I'm going to do. So all right, let's see, let's get back up to saying what's up to buddy. So sexy or seltzer, yeah. So there's that. So Arthur, feed the dog more. Nah, dude, she just got done with dinner. Trust me, she's a fiend for this pizza. It doesn't matter how full she is, she's good to know. All right, greetings from Utah. Greetings back at you, dude. I love Utah. It's the best place on the planet. Let's see, Renzo, Chloe, hi Brian, Sierra, everyone else. Come here, Pumpkin, over here. What are you doing? Oh, I know you're just such a happy girl. Sierra's been extremely excited today. I got the truck all packed up, and she knew that we were gonna go truck camping, so she's been like off the wall, just like with energy and stuff like that. But let's see here. What else have we got? Anyway, so yeah, doggo. Let's see. Pizza. That's funny. Marla F. Hello. Back at you. Coops offer. Did you get your truck and ATV fixed? I got the truck fixed. My one ATV, the one that's right here, the one that I got from Go AZ. That one's perfect. That one runs great. That's the 2022. The one that I bought from Ride Now in Phoenix is still broken. They've completely ignored me since I tried to get in touch with them after the new year. The guy that was in charge of the service department had COVID. He's like, I had COVID and all this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but my truck, my ATV is still broken. The front steering's all messed up. And if you wiggle both of the oh gosh, what are the names of it? I can't remember them. The CV shafts. If you wiggle both of them, like they wiggle like crazy and it doesn't steer right. And I kept on telling the guy, I'm like, it doesn't steer right. It doesn't steer right. It doesn't steer right. He's like, oh, just take it to someplace up there and we'll pay for it. So he's totally trying to just to get out of it. And it's frustrating that was one of the things that pissed me off royally when I bought this place. Is when I went to go down there and get that, they told me, like, oh, we go all the way through the machine and make sure everything's spotless on it. They didn't go through one damn thing on it, not one. And so I'm planning to do a video about it and just rake those guys over the coal because it's a bunch of crap that they put me through. And then I pay like full rate for the thing and they totally fucked me over on that. Pardon my language, but it just pisses me off to no end. So, all right, let's see what's up, Ben. What's up? Checking in from California. Good to hear from you, man. Hope everything's going well. Let's see what else have we got. Truck, congrats. Yeah, dude, it's so nice to have my truck back. I'm so excited to start truck camping again. Like this winter, the reason why I didn't winter camp was because for 6 months, the last 6 months, I've only had my truck operating in full fashion for 3 weeks. So it's been insanely hard. I've been so frustrated. I haven't said anything about it, but I'm sure you probably noticed with the videos, it's like they're not that inspiring and all that stuff because I was just so pissed off about what was going on. And I was so frustrated with all the time and time again of like truck breaking down, then ATV stuff, and everything else. And it's like I end up, I end up breaking a bone in my foot, but the doctor was like, oh, it wasn't broken, and now it is. And it's like just all this different stuff. It just got to me. And so like I couldn't even have my truck to go out and do things to buy stuff for the place here. So I was bumming rides to town from people for like 6 months. I did that. I was pretty frustrating. So now that I have my truck back, it's like blue skies, sailing. Like we're gonna be out truck camping all the time. I'm leaving tomorrow morning. I'm stoked. So all right, let's see what else have we got here. Waves from Oregon. Cool. I would love to be up in Oregon right now. Let's see. Adventures with Penny Lane. Good evening, Brian and Sarah. Good evening back at you. Awful out. No more alternator idling. Keeping it good. No, everything's good with the truck. Let's see. Out of office camping. Hey, what's going on, guys? How you doing, Mark and Teresa? You get 4 days of off-grid camping. Oh, sweet, man. I'm glad to hear that. So hello, Brian and Sierra from Michael. Back at you, buddy. Cheryl, hey, what's going on? Nice to see you here. Shantae, Cole Walker, good morning, good evening, everyone. Good evening back at you. See, do I camp in Washington State? Judy was asking. I haven't yet, but I'd love to. I just got a link from Overland Expo about the Pacific Northwest Overland Expo rally up there, and I think is it Washington or Oregon? I think it's in Oregon. But I'd like to go up there for that. I was planning on going up to Washington State for the entire summer, but then that was going to be in 2021, but then COVID hit. And so I ended up just sticking around the places that I know. But I'd love to go out to the Pacific Northwest and check out all the cool inlets and all that stuff. I've not even been to Seattle. I've never been to Oregon. So I just bought tickets to Descend on Bend in Oregon. So I'm pretty excited for that. But we'll see how everything goes. So all right, let's see what else we got here. Sean, hey, what's up, man? Northern AZ is awesome. Yeah, dude, I love it up here, Sean. Northern Arizona is the best. So it's cool. Nod Trips, hello from Southern Arizona. Hello back at you. Let's see. Yeah, you do most ATV work yourself. Yeah, Steve, that's what I'm finding out that I'm going to be doing out here. I mean, I do all my truck work myself, and being this far out, it's not like I can just run to the store and go grab parts that I need. So it's like I've kind of been. I bought like a total tool set just specifically for ATVs. I've got an ATV stand coming. I want to build a pad over on my ATV shed that has like an area where I can put the ATVs up and work on them. And I want to get to know how to work on them myself anyway, because I mean, like, if you go to a shop, they're anywhere from $100 to $150 an hour to work on that stuff, and they're pretty simple machines, so it's not like it's difficult. So I'm gonna learn how to do all that stuff, and I'll be good to go. So let's see here. See Rob Moore. Hey, what's up, Rob? How you doing, man? Hope everything's going good in Prescott. We're supposed to have snow up here again this week, which is crazy. So I don't know if y'all are supposed to have it down there. But looks like Monday and Tuesday, I think we're getting snow. So pretty wild. So Karen, hello from North Georgia mountains. Ah, cool. So in let's see, is it Georgia? Yeah, Athens is where Georgia is. Yeah, so Athens, Georgia. So a friend of mine in high school I grew up with, his name is Rob Brooks. His folks had a lake on the north end of Georgia and the southern end, like it's actually right on the border of South Carolina and Georgia. We went out there for summer one time and hung out at the lake house, and then went into Athens, Georgia, and listened to some live music. I cannot speak enough about highly enough about that area. That is such a cool area. All the history and everything, and those towns are badass. And I had no idea that like Georgia and South Carolina, all those places have like these rolling hills and these cool lakes and all that stuff. So that's a really pretty area out there. That's really cool. So all right, let's see. See, son, Judy Anderson, hello from Blaine. Oh, hey, Judy, how's it going? Nice to see you here. Let's see, Danny, you're asking, how can I get a wood stove like yours? Well, you don't want one like that. Let's see here. There's a wood stove that I have over here, which I reviewed the other day, which is total garbage. This one right here, the stove. That's not a good one at all. The stove that I have, which is the 4 Dog stove. Unfortunately, they don't make the steel version anymore, but they do have the titanium one. The problem is the titanium one's four times the price. So, but it's really good. It's called Four Dog Stoves. Those are fantastic. Another great stove company is Knico, KNI dash CO. So Knico, and if you go to knico.com, then the trucker stove is the one that I have in the camper. That's a great stove, and that's the one that I also had in the awning room, which I'm gonna do a new version of the awning room with the stove in it, so I can go out both spring and fall and stay out later. But that awning room, that if you look at my channel, the main, I think it is the main video that comes up that's like kind of highlighted there. That's the one where it shows the awning room. That's the trucker stove. And that's a great stove as well, and that's like $250. I mean, pretty affordable. So, all right, let's see what we got. Fly fishing dumb out. Greg, what's up, dude? How you doing, man? Yeah, little lady's right here. Little Sierra's just chilling. She's just hanging out next to me here, just kind of relaxing. And I do need to put some more wood on the fire here, so give me just 1 second, and I'm gonna throw some logs on here. So I've got some stuff ready to go. I want to splinter that up real quick. And then let me check the temp of the hot tub here real quick. It's probably getting pretty close. Hang on 1 second here. About 30 more minutes of heat, and we'll be good. We'll be in good shape. So that'll be perfect. We'll go until like sundown, and then then I can hop in the tub. So, all right, let's see what else have we got here. 2A, what's up, James? Dude, I'm excited to go hang out with you on the 15th, man. That'll be a good time. So, all right, let's see. Lots of blue to choose from. I run a gear guide with so. Oh, cool, man. I'll have to check that out, Steve. I'll have to check that. I've heard about those gear guide wood stoves. So I'll have to check that out. That's cool. You got that in your topper, man. So Sandy's, oh, thanks for tuning in from the mountains of Northwest Montana. I would love to go up there and check out. Cheryl, you're asking how Sierra's doing. She's doing awesome. Well, I was talking to my mom today because unfortunately we have a little bit of a cancer scare with my mom and dad's dog back in Kansas. So I was giving them guidance on what happened with Sierra and when like that whole thing came about. So we should get the test results back soon. But it's looking like my parents' dog might have cancer as well, which is really unfortunate. But the good news is like with Sierra, she was given like pretty much a death sentence after a month. The doctors were like, she's not going to make it. She's got way too much cancer and all that stuff. And then this one surgeon piped up and was like, I think I can do that surgery to get those tumors out of her. And it's been 6.5 months since, and Sierra's doing awesome. All of her tests come back great. What we thought was a nodule in her lung ended up not being a nodule, so she doesn't have lung cancer. So if we can contain everything, we're in good shape. And it's just going to be intermittent chemo from here on out. So we'll be in good shape going forward. We haven't started chemo yet because we're still waiting to see signs of her like starting to have a little bit of cancer cells show up in her body, but she hasn't had any as of yet. So we really are fortunate. Like the doctor was telling me, the surgeon that took all it out, she's like, best case scenario. She's like, absolute best case. She's like, let's say we got the majority of it. There's microscopic cells in her system. She's like, you can totally manage that with chemo and you'll be fine. And she goes, and if for some reason, if Sierra doesn't respond well to chemo, then you can just wait for another tumor to show up. And then when that shows up, you just take that one out. She's like, I've seen that happen plenty of times, and dogs can live for years with that. So, I'm hoping for the best for my parents' dog, because the dog's name is Izzy, and she's a great dog. And Sierra and Izzy are great friends. So, we got a little rager going back there. Look at that. Let me move it to the side here. Got a little bit of fire. The fire pit's working out great. I'm not doing any burns when it's like really windy out because I'm kind of on a ridge here. I don't want to light the whole neighborhood on fire. But it's kind of nice because like with all the trees that I have around here, let me show you. With the trees that are around this area, like these big old school, juniper trees and all that stuff all around here, it creates like a wind block. And then with my camper being behind here, with the camper right there, it's like we're really encapsulated and there's really no wind that comes over here. So it's pretty, I don't want to run it at high winds, but if there's like winds of like 5 miles an hour, 10 miles an hour, I don't mind. Like it's not bad. So I don't worry about lighting the neighborhood on fire if it's like that. But if it's a little bit higher than that, which the winds lately have been kind of gnarly out here because we've been having lots of storms, I try not to run it. But the nice thing is like once you get that whole tub up to temperature at night, like last night I was in it up until about 10 p.m. You wake up in the morning and it's almost still at the same temp. Especially with that big old billboard vinyl tarp that I have. It's a super thick tarp. I put it over the top of it and it goes on the backside. And then the stock tank is double walled, so it's a little bit insulated. So it actually holds temperature way better than I thought it would. I thought I'd get up every morning and it'd be like super cold and you have to run the stove a bunch to keep it, to get it back up to temp. But that's not the case. Once you get it back up to, like 104, 105 at night, go to bed, come up in the morning, it's about 80 degrees, 85 when you wake up if it's cold at night. So that's pretty easy to warm back up. So all right, let's see here. What else have we got? Let me go back up here. I was kind of chatting there, and I got away from saying what's up to everybody. So, all right, let's see, Steve. Let's see, Four Dog is awesome. Yeah, dude, Steve, those Four Dog stoves are great. So, Joanne, hey, what's going on from Southwest New Mexico? I love Southwest New Mexico, down by Silver City. That's such a cool area. Brandon, what's going on, man? Thank you for tuning in. And Anne Marie Stevens, G Stove is a great looking stuff. Oh, I'll have to check that out. I've not checked out the G Stoves yet. So, Bobby, cheers from California this Friday, brother. Yeah, good, good. Cheers back at you. I used to live down in San Clemente, California. I loved surfing trestles and all that stuff. That was great. So, oh yeah, winter well stoves are great. The winter wells are awesome. That's not a winter well. I wish it was. This is an old knockoff or a knockoff stove from 3W. It looks like the winter well, but it's not. Winter wells are incredible. So, all right, let's see here. T-shirt weather, yes, it's nice out here. It gets cool at night, but during the daytime today it was like 70. It was really nice. So, all right, let's see what else we got here. Duncan, what's up? What's up? Back at you. See, um, all fired up. Craft Lounge. Oh, hey, what's going on? Hello, Brian and Sierra, Judy. Oh, hey, Judy, how's it going? You changed your name. Okay, cool. All right, I'll be on the lookout for that going forward, Judy. Thanks for giving me a heads up. Sometimes it's hard to keep all the names straight on here. So, Kevin, hey, what's going on? Oh, from Kansas. What's going on, dude? Thanks for tuning in. I heard I was talking to my mom, what was it, yesterday and or no, the day before. She said y'all are still getting snow out there and everything, and it's like crazy cold. Hopefully that warms up soon. So, Brandon, good way to break it. Yeah, I was just slamming it down there. Let's see. Hola, everybody. Hike with Mike. Lorraine, hello, back at you. Jay Smallin, what's up, brother? Hope you're doing well. American Gluten, what's my favorite sandwich? I'd have to say right now, my favorite sandwich is everything bagel toasted with applewood ham, or I'm sorry, applewood smoked bacon, or Black Forest ham on it with like a good grass-fed cheddar cheese, and then like an egg. That's a real good sandwich. So that's good stuff. So, all right, let's see what else have we got here. I'm good, just about ever caught, just almost caught up. So, um, let's see, Sandy High. Did I ever consider a warming blanket on top? Not really. Just because it's a double walled uh, tub, and so it keeps itself pretty warm. And with that huge tarp, I mean, it's real thick. It's billboard vinyl. So with that vinyl tarp around there, it keeps it pretty warm, and it's pretty well insulated. So I don't think I really need to do that, because I would think about like the energy that I would take to have like a warming blanket around there. And I think that with the fire, I mean, I can get it up to temperature again within like an hour max, like 30 minutes typically, but an hour max. And so it's not very much wood I have to use. And I've got so much wood around here that I'm all set. So I'd rather not use the energy with that. So, all right, let's see what we got here. Let's see, Cheryl. No, I'm doing good. Cheryl's asking how I'm feeling. I'm feeling a lot better. So I'm actually doing well enough to where I can have like an actual beer at night and hang out. Not very many, just like one, but it's good enough, and I'm making progress. I can also do pizza now, which is nice. I can do a little bit of bread, not a whole lot, but enough to where I can feel human again. So it's kind of nice. Been working out too, so that feels really good. I'm on my second week of weight training, so it feels a lot better. Starting to feel like I'm a little bit more of a sturdy frame, as to where for the longest time I just felt completely spent. And I mean, back when I was 120 pounds with that Giardia, it was horrible. So, all right, let's see what have we got here. Let's see. North Coast Outdoor Channel. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, you're tuning in from Oregon. Thanks for tuning in here. See, Lorraine, it's 1:17 a.m. here. Where are you at, Lorraine? Let's see. Arzo House Chef. Let's see. Hello from Northern California. Hello back at you. I've not been up to Northern California. I'll have to go check that out. Mark Sims tuning in from Canada. Thanks for tuning in, man. The race is looking good. You look wonderful. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's Judy, it's I'm feeling better, and it's so much fun to like build this place out on here. Actually, I had down to Mob visit this week. He was out here hanging out with his girlfriend Julie, and it was great. We were just hanging out around here, just relaxing. Both Phil and I were talking about like our careers as YouTubers. We met, like I met Phil right when he first started getting on the road, when he first bought the Dodge Mahal, and he had like, I don't even think he had 2,000 subs at the time, and now he's at like almost 150 or something like that. And so it's cool to talk about like our progression. And Phil's getting his camper within like 2 weeks, and so he's getting the camper on the back of that Gladiator and coming back. And then I told him, I was like, "Can I be one of the first to do a walkthrough?" He's like, "Fuck yeah, man!" Or he's like, "Heck yeah, man!" So I'm excited to check that out. It should be pretty cool. So somebody was asking what projector I'm using. I don't really know which one this is. So it's the Mooka. I don't know if you can see it on there. It says Mooka. Yeah, you can't. And it's Mooke or Mooka, and it's let's see. I don't have the instruction manual. I'll post it up as to which one I'm using. It's pretty good because like even during the daytime, I can still get a picture on that. If it's not like totally sunny out, if it's just a little bit cloudy, I can get a picture, which is good. So it's got some. It's pretty bright. The only thing is though, the other one had like a battery that I could take this and it was portable, and this one doesn't have a battery, and so you have to have like a dedicated AC connection to plug it in, which is kind of lame. But it's all good. So let's see here. What else have we got? Great choice of beer and 15 minute drive. Ah, it's cool. Overland, the Overland Adventure Animal. Yeah, Sierra Nevada. I think they do good jobs with their beers. Like they're one of like the bigger companies, even though they're still family owned. They're one of the bigger beer companies, which I think they kind of do stuff the right way. So Sandy said, "Thank you. So thankful you are feeling better." Yeah, me too. I have not felt good for the last 3 years. It's been every day. And I've never alluded it onto it on the channel. I've never kind of let on as to how bad it's been, but it's been to the point to where, I mean, it was tough for a long time. And so the fact that I'm starting to feel better now, it's like I cannot be more thankful. And I always took my health for granted up until this point. And so I think that going forward, I'm not going to take my health for granted at all. I'm definitely going to watch what I eat more on a more regular basis, and also watch how I purify my water. I'm not going to be so lax about it because going through that giardia, I mean, I've never in my life felt like that. It was the worst. So I'm real thankful to not be going through that anymore. So, all right, let's see what else. We got somebody from Scotland tuning in. Thank you, Lorraine. That's cool. You're in Scotland. So let's see. What do you watch on your projector screen, Brenda? You're asking. So I'm wanting to watch tonight. I'm going to watch the end of the Final Four games that are going on. So like right now, I think the KU game is just probably getting over, and then the second round of games are going to start up. So once the sun goes down, it's really awesome to like have this dialed up and then have the hot tub going. So pretty stoked about that. So okay. So Brandon was asking for a preview of the big screen. So it's just this right here. Not very big. It's here. I'll stand next to it so you can see the size. So it's decent sized, but it's good enough for at nighttime, and there's no one out here, so it's pretty awesome because I can get that thing going, and there's no one around. And then this has a speaker in it that's pretty loud, so I can listen to the game and all that stuff. So it's pretty nice. So let's see what else have we got here. So we got Jeff tuning in from Lebanon, Ohio. Thanks for tuning in, man. So let's see. Sue Price, hello back at you. Lon Bauer has been watching Down in Mob. Oh, cool, man. Yeah, he's awesome. Oh, thank you, Lon. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, so it's cool because Phil's now up at his ranch full time. So he's up there at his 80-acre property, and he's figured out where to set up like a cabin and all that stuff. And I told him, I was like, as soon as I get that other quad fixed, you're welcome to borrow it. And it's got a winch on it, and it's got a tow hitch on the front and the back, which is real nice, and a lot better rails around the deck system for putting on tools. And I told him, I was like, dude, any of the wood that you want over here, because I got a bunch of wood that I bought from Reese and Bridget. I was like, any of this wood that you want, I'm not using a lot of it, so you're welcome to use it. And then what I want to do is at my truck camping site that I have on the backside of my property on the backside of the hill, I want to build like kind of like a camping port that you would back into, and then it will have like a sloped kind of a shaded area, because in the summertime over there it does get a little warm, but it's only warm for like 2 hours because there's like one section where the trees have a little bit of hole in it to where the sun comes through. So if I can block that off, then we can truck camp over there pretty late into the summer and not be very hot. And I'm excited to show more of the stuff over there. I've been cutting in new like RC rock crawling trails, new hiking trails over there, and then I also want to put a wood fired hot tub over there as well. And so once I transfer over to there, which will probably be in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to not sleep in the camper anymore. I'm going to sleep in the truck and just hang out over on that side of the property, which would be cool. So, all right, let's see here. So, Sue, you're asking where I'm from. I'm originally from Kansas. So, see, so Judy, you're asking any more problems with YouTube? No. So I talked with YouTube, and they did say some of the channels were having problems with the sub count. I was still doing okay as far as views and everything, but the sub count one day just completely went reverse, and it was negative every day for like, I don't know, 8 or 9 days in a row. YouTube looked into it. Apparently, I don't know, they did something on there, and everything's fine now, and the sub count's going back up. What I have noticed, though, is that most channels like mine and most everyone else that I talk to that are content creators, we've all noticed like a dip in traffic. And it started happening last year about, I don't know, right when all the censorship started getting real bad with YouTube. And I was talking to YouTube about this. I was like, you guys are giving all these other channels you're giving them a lane. You're giving TikTok, you're giving Rumble, you're giving Odyssey, you're giving Gab, you're giving all these other platforms, a reason to include video, and it's going to take eyeballs away from here. And I said, if you look at TikTok, just in the last like year, they've gained 400 million new users. Well, that's 400 million new users that are taking eyeballs away from YouTube. And so I told them, I was like, through your own short-sightedness, through your crazy censorship and all this weird maniacal stuff that's been going on, you're driving people away from your platform. They're going to other platforms, they're going, hey, I like it over here better. And I was like, you're creating your own competition just to like cut off your nose and spite your face, whatever that saying is. And I was like, you don't want to do that. And they kind of agree with me a little bit, but I think YouTube's real woke these days. And I'm not of any political side. If anybody says one party's better than the next, it's like, just pay attention. Just realize that both parties suck. And so I've never been big on politics. I pretty much just ignore all that stuff. And I think I have better things to do with my time than to tune into the daily drama. I don't care about it. And so I just told YouTube, I was like, just don't give these other people a lane. But I was like, what it does is it shows me that I need to focus on my own platform and not be so much dependent on you guys, because who knows what crazy decisions you're going to do in the future. You could sit there and do more censorship and drive everybody away to where it's only a small percentage of the population watching it. And I don't want to bet my future income on that. And so it's like I keep on looking for different ways outside of YouTube to do other things. So that's still an evolving process, and we'll figure it out, as it comes about. But they're definitely doing themselves their own harm, by censoring so much. And I told them as much. I was like, look, back when I was growing up, I was like, when I graduated from college, I got my first job was in internet. So in 1998, I was working in the internet space, and I said at the time, it was America Online was the biggest, baddest boy on the block in MySpace. And both of them are a fraction of what they used to be because they got too arrogant and they thought they were bigger than their customer base. I was like, so you guys are in that spot right now, and you have two courses you could take. You can continue thinking that you're bigger than your customer base and continue making these stupid moves, or you can be more sensible with your platform and realize that when you do those things, you're going to drive people away and cause yourself, the competition, whereas advertising dollars move over there, and you basically take money away from your company. So it's your choice. I was like, you could go the AOL route or you could go a new route. It's up to you. But if you go the AOL route, I can tell you, you're probably not going to have a job in the future. So it's your call, you know. So that's the way I look at it. It's like I just think all this stuff is stupid that's going on. So it's just I've been censored and it's maniacal, and it's just I mean I have a dog about I have a channel about camping with my dog, and I got censored. How stupid is that? So anyway, all right, let's see. Little Bear, hell, hey, what's going on? Happy to glad to like the idea of Friday chat. Yeah, I want to do the Friday evening chats more often. I figured might as well, especially if I'm back here and I'm hanging out, gonna do a hot tub evening. Might as well chat. And now that the light nights are getting longer, we can all hang out without it being like 6 p.m. and being dark. So see, Brandon, you're asking what's made me decision to buy land in AZ. Well, I've got friends that live close to here, and so I've been coming out here to camp for the past off and on 6 years. And I was here 2 winters ago, and I was just hanging out. I was on my way to California to go camp Alabama Hills, and also do some stuff in the Eastern Sierras, and came across this property and met the owner. And then I was like, man, this is an awesome place. And I put an offer in, and he accepted. So it was all good to go. And I love it up here. It's close to the Four Corners. I'm close to Sedona. I'm close to Prescott, close to Flagstaff. It's all good up here. I really love this area, and it doesn't have nearly as many people as Colorado. Like, I know Arizona, a lot of people here have said it's been getting crowded, and I think that's the case with a lot of areas. Back in Kansas where I'm from, those people say it's getting crowded. And so I think it's all relative, but down where I'm at or out where I'm at, there's no one around. And the town that's close is awesome. I was just in there this evening grabbing some stuff, and it's just mellow. Also, too, the single women population is a lot better in northern Arizona as opposed to the Colorado mountain towns. The Colorado mountain towns, there's about 4 dudes to every 1 girl. And the girls that are there think they're probably about 2 or 3 times as good looking as they think as reality. Not to be a jerk or anything, but that's just the truth. And so when I came here and I realized, I'm like, wow, I have Flagstaff and Prescott and Sedona, and it's a really good single women population for women my age. I'm like, this is awesome because it's still mountain, but yet I have real towns with women that have real jobs, and they're not a waitress at 45, which is, there's not anything wrong with that, but it's just a different crowd, and I'm done with that crowd. So I liked it out here for all those number of reasons. Also, too, the shoulder season is a little bit nicer. The shoulder season in Colorado tends to be really long, really cold, and really muddy. And out here, the shoulder season is pretty fast, and then it turns to nice weather relatively quickly. You don't have that deep freeze for the winter, which most of the places in Colorado had the deep freeze. And then on top of it, too, the land prices. Land prices are much better out here. They're starting to go up, but still a lot better than what you would get in Colorado. So those are all the reasons why I love it out here. And I'm close to Colorado. I'm also close to the coast. I used to live in San Clemente, California, and I still have all my surfboards out at my buddy's place. So it's awesome to be able to cruise out there within 5.5 hours and be at the beach and surfing. So at all the breaks that I used to surf at, I lived out there. So, all right, let's see what else we got. Let's see. Sandy, no, I'm in Northern Arizona. You're asking if I'm in Southern Colorado. No, I'm in Northern Arizona. So let's see here. How's the weather? The weather's great out here, Paula. It's right now it's about 70 during the day, and during night, tonight is supposed to get down to about 37. So chilly, but not too cold. There's going to be no breeze, so it's going to be pretty nice. So let me check the water temp over here real quick. I want to see if I want to put some more logs on here. Yeah, still a little more. Let's see. But those are all the reasons why I like it out here. I was looking at a bunch of different places in Colorado, and the problem that I kept running into in Colorado is that all the land out there has been overpicked, and so it's like, it's been years and years and years, like probably I would say 50 to 100 years that all those parcels of land have been picked over, and so you're really getting like the leftover parcels, to where unless somebody subdivides their land, you're probably not going to get a very cool parcel. Like there are some areas like where Elsa and Barron are at that still have a few spots left, but the majority of it, I'd say for the most part, you're looking at, say land that's probably not that desirable. And on top of it too, if you have water on it in Colorado, I mean, you're looking at some parcels of land where an acre can be in $100,000. Whereas an acre out here, back when I got this before the land started going up in price, an acre at my place was $1,200. So well, like 1,300, which is a pretty good deal. But you start talking about like 100,000 per acre, you better start having some pretty deep pockets to be able to pay for that. And my goal too was to pay for everything with cash, and so I saved up to be able to pay for all this stuff here and not have any debt. And I didn't, because I don't want to have any debt. And going forward, I was like, it was interesting. It was before all this stuff happened with COVID, and I remember in my last recession in 2007 when I got screwed over royally, lost everything. That was when I became addicted to prescription pills. I was addicted to Klonopin, the same stuff that Jordan Peterson was addicted to. That stuff's a monster. And I thought, like once I get back on my feet and get things going, I'm gonna get a place and I'm gonna pay everything with cash, and I don't want any debt at all, because I was like, there's gonna be another recession that hits, and when that hits, I don't want to have it to where I have any sort of financial struggles. And it was interesting. Like I put down the offer to this place right before COVID hit, and then COVID hit, and I was like, huh. Oh no, I'm sorry. It was right after COVID hit. I put down the offer on this place, but I was so glad to have my ducks in a row before that, because like now, I mean, who knows what's going to happen? There's this crazy stuff going on, especially all the war, or with the war or potential war that we could possibly be involved in. And I was like, I just don't want to have any of, like, I don't want to have any payments, and I don't want to have it to where somebody could take it if I don't make the payments. And so I saved up and saved up. And that's why I was so diligent about staying on the road, is that I wasn't quite at my financial markers yet to be able to get off of it, to be able to feel comfortable buying a place. Like I didn't want to take out any loans. And I probably, to be honest, I probably couldn't, because I left the credit system in 2007 when I got so screwed over by the economy and everything. I was like, I'm out of here. I was like, I'm not putting anything more on credit. I'm exiting that whole thing. And so, it's been an interesting ride, but I'm glad to have been kind of like stubborn in my ways to not, not take on any loans, because I mean, it'd be easy to be like, I'm not feeling good this week, I'm going to get off the road and take out a loan and go buy a place. But it's like, I just didn't want to have that financial burden, and I just didn't want to be under anybody's thumb. So that was what I did. So, it's cool. Lone Trout. I used to work for San Onofre back in the days, dude. I used to go surf trails all the time. I love down there. Like San Onofre is the best. Trail 6, even though it's the nudie place, that was always the best waves on the bigger swells. And then I loved going to Old Man's and hanging out with all the old school like dudes with their old Westies, and it was such a cool vibe down there. San Onofre is great. Like I loved living in San Clemente. Like San Clemente is a really cool town. I know Southern California gets a bad rep for being like this big metropolis, but San Clemente had a unique, like small, quaint feel to it. Same with like San Juan Capistrano and like Doheny Beach. Like those three areas there, they call them like the Tri-City area in the southern part of Orange County. That was a blast. Like the waves were awesome. Going to Beach Fire down in San Clemente, down in the Pier Bowl there for dinner on Friday night and listen to reggae music. I mean, it was just a good time. I don't know if it's still like that. That was a long time ago. That was like over a decade ago, but I had a great time. I lived on North Beach, right by the San Onofre surf club right there. So that was good stuff. I loved it down there. So all right, let's see what else we got here. The Steve Berg, no dead, awesome. Yep, that's the best way to be, especially now. I mean, like I can tell you, it, the thing is I feel sorry for young people, like the young people that are just getting going because they're given such a crap sandwich with like the way things cost and like literally no really prospects for good work other than like trades, which I would recommend going into a trade if you're young. Get a master welding certificate, get a master gardening certificate, all that stuff. You can go to any mountain town and have work for days. And you can demand your own price if you have those certificates. I look at a degree like mine. You know, when I went to college, I did a business degree. I did an emphasis in international business with a minor in marketing. I can tell you right now, I don't think I'd probably go for that if I were to be in a position to go to college right now. I probably would go to a trade. I've got a cousin who works on the wind farms in western Kansas, makes a killing, lives in Hayes, Kansas, which is not very expensive, and makes a fortune for that town. And he went to trade school for like 18 months. So I don't know. I'd say like I look at it now, I just think that college is probably not the best option unless you're doing something super specific, like being a doctor or something like that, you know? So so yeah, San Clemente is rich. Yeah, Zach, all of Southern California is rich. When I lived there, like it was like 15 years ago when I moved down there. It was still, I mean, it's still crazy expensive, but it was somewhat affordable compared to other areas. But God, I mean, like anywhere on the coast now, I think that you're pretty much screwed for trying to find something that's halfway decent in price. So let's see here. What else have we got? I was completely debt free until the. Oh yeah, that's Sandy. That 2008 2019 thing was horrible. So dive talk. What time do I show up for French toast in the morning? Well, I've been sleeping in a little bit lately. I have these nice little covers over my windows, so about 8 o'clock I'll get the French toast going. So that's all. I hope you guys are doing good down there. I saw Woody's post earlier today. He said that the airport and he ran into some people that own like vacation rentals, but they're boat vacation rentals, which is really cool sounding. So as soon as my foot heals up, I'm gonna get back out and I gotta call the guys up in Flagstaff to reschedule. I've been wearing this thing around all the time because my stupid foot, the fracture, which they said wasn't a fracture, is a fracture in my heel or in my ankle, and so that's been kind of a pain in the ass. I was wondering, I'm like, this hasn't healed. It's been like 6 weeks, and my foot still hurts like crazy. And went back to the doctor. They're like, yeah, it's actually fractured. So got about another 4 weeks on that, and then I should be able to put fins on. I'll be good to go. So let's see here. So fight for freedom. Did you ever get up to SD to register your car? Well, no, my car's already registered, and so I can actually have the tag sent here. And so I thought about that today actually, and I emailed the gal, the county clerk for the Clay County up there in South Dakota, and I was like, hey, I need to get my tag sent to a new location. They probably have the old Colorado address on file. And so I've got to go and amend that and put the address here, and then they can just send it here. So then I'm going to keep the South Dakota tags, and the reason for that is, even though I probably won't go up there to get my ID just because of the way gas prices are, and also I want to stick around here a little bit now that I actually have a truck that works, which is so nice. But I'm probably going to go ahead and get a driver's license here in Arizona, and then just keep the South Dakota tags because if I'm traveling, then when it comes up for renewal in that March again, I can just get them sent wherever I'm located, which would be great. So, all right, let's see what else we got here. Zach Harris agreed. Even in Oregon, man, it's not too cheap. Yeah, I found pretty much everything on the West Coast and the East Coast is really expensive. Everything in the middle is not as much. And so, like here in Northern Arizona, it's getting more expensive. If you get us stuff up near Flagstaff, it's pretty pricey. But out where I'm at, it's not bad. But the prices are coming up quite a bit, quite rapidly. So that's just something that you want to keep in mind. So let's see here. Try to soak in some Epsom salt a little bit. But let me show you actually what I got. So I got some new Epsom salts that I want to show you all here real quick. These are the best things I've ever used in my entire life. Ow, I just hit my head. Oh man, I just whacked my head really hard there. All right, so the Epsom salt that I got the other day is I got this CBD Epsom salt, and then it's with eucalyptus, which is really good. And it's got 200 milligrams of CBD in here, and then I also have this stuff that's a muscle soak, which is a really good Epsom salt. So I use that at night, and in the tub over there, it works great. Which fire's going good. I'm gonna make sure that the water pump's still working. All right, so we're good to go with that. But yeah, that's the best. I used that last night, and let's see, I went to bed at 9 o'clock last night, and I woke up at 8:30 this morning, which I haven't slept for 11 and a half hours since like college. I'm almost 50, and so to think that I was able to sleep that long was crazy, and I feel so much better. I mean, like, the biggest thing is when I was going through a lot of Giardia stuff, is I was only sleeping like 30 minutes a night. And I'm still having some swelling issues, but it's not like it was, I mean, it was really bad a year and a half. What you doing, girl? Come here. Come here. You want some treats? Sierra's back over here. Come here, girl. Let me get you some treats. Come here. Come here. Come here. You want some? Okay. Here. No, here. Let me turn this over so you guys can see Sierra. She's just right here. She's just hanging out. What's up, sweetie? What are you doing? You want some treats? All right. So we got enough treats here for her. All right, let me grab this real quick. There you go, sweetie. All right, there you go, girl. I'll give you some more in your bed. We gotta start up the stove here shortly, okay? All right, but I'm feeling better, which is good, and we're gonna continue on. Like, I found that what I was doing was I was actually eating too much protein, and the reason for that was like breads and all those things, and also I know pumpkin, and also anything gluten, anything dairy was really bothering me for a while. But I seem to be past that now, and I didn't realize that for a little while. What I was doing was I was eating so much protein because I was just staying away from anything that was gluten or dairy related. And the protein, I know, pumpkin. The protein actually. You want some more? Come here. All right. So she wants a little bit. Come here. Over here. Come on. Over here. But the protein is actually what was causing a lot of the problems. And so once I scaled back on the protein a little bit and didn't have like 4 eggs with every meal, I started feeling a lot better. And I realized, like, just a limited amount of bread, a limited amount of dairy is okay, but there's very fine line. It's like a tipping point, and if I go past that tipping point, it's, I'm in bed all day, can't really walk and all that stuff. Because what happens is when my intestines swell, it pushes up against the back of my spine and also against the back of my hips. And those bones in there dig into it, and it hurts so much that I can't really walk. I can, but it's weird. I walk like robotic because I can't like twist my side. And so if I want to move to the right, I have to like pivot with my legs instead of my waist. So it's really, really, really difficult. So, but anyway, let's see here. Hi, eucalyptus. I think those koalas eat. Yeah, yeah, that actually is what koalas eat. So, all right. Now, Brian, that's perfect. You might want to share it with Sierra as well. Yeah, little bear. So let's see. The 365 makes very good products. Yeah, Paula, I found that they're awesome. Like, so I've got the muscle soak, I've got the lavender, Epsom salt, and then I've got this one here, the CBD one with the eucalyptus, and it like all of it is awesome. I'll put like so this one here is an entire cup, so it's 8 ounces worth. So it's 8 ounces worth of which is technically like a cup worth, and that's 136 gallons of water. And so I'll take another cup of just normal Epsom salt and dump it in there, and it's good to go. So let me fire this up real quick. I want to get this going so I can have some dinner, and then I'm gonna do the hot tub. So hang on 1 second here. Let's see, where's the lighter at? Well, I'm not sure with the lighter. Let's see, is it over here somewhere? Let's do this. Over here looking for a lighter. I'm like, well, I have a huge old fire over here, so why don't I just use that instead? All right, let's see if this All right, I think that's gonna go. I think we're in good shape. All right, so that's going to be what we use to heat up the pizza tonight. And so we got about another 15 minutes and then we're going to log off for the evening. So let me get back to some comments here. I just started watching your channel, by the way. Absolutely love it. Oh, thank you, Tony. I appreciate you tuning in. See, what's the most stranded you've ever been and how'd you get yourself out of a situation? Oh man, your wheel bearing exploded, leaving me 6 hours from home. That sucks, man. I'm sorry to hear that, Tony. My biggest place where I got stranded was in the wintertime. I was my first winter camping. And I had a situation that totally took me by surprise. And I did not ever think something like this would happen when I was out there. I always thought like, when I get injured in the backcountry, it's going to be falling off a cliff or, some animal attacking me or something like that. But what happened is I ended up burning my leg. I've got third-degree burns, even though you can't see it with the lighting. I've got third-degree burns all down my leg here. And what happened is I was working with a stove like a similar one to that, and we were winter camping, me and Sierra, and I had these skillets that I used to use that were real lightweight. They weren't the cast iron that you see over there. And I had this coat that I was wearing that had those hooks on the end, like the winter coats that have the hooks where you can put your gloves on them, and they'll hold them so you can take off your gloves and they'll still be there. Well, I wasn't really thinking about it, and I cooked up like 8 pieces of bacon that morning, and there was all this grease in my little backpacking skillet, which is real lightweight, and it had this hoop style handle on it with the big opening in it. Well, when I was messing around, I put my coffee maker down on there. I came back over, and there was like 8 pieces of bacon, like the grease left over. I had taken the bacon out, but the grease was still on there, and it was still in the skillet. And when I pulled my arm back, that little hook caught the handle and dumped it on my leg. And so it's like that had been laying on there for like an hour. I mean, it was as hot as it can get, the grease. And I had synthetic long underwear on, and the synthetic long underwear melted into my skin. And so I had to FaceTime with a doctor in town. And luckily I knew a doctor in town, but it had snowed like 3 feet that night before, so I couldn't drive out. So I had to FaceTime with him, and he's like, "You're gonna have to scrape all that off." And so I had to sit there and like take a butter knife and go down my leg with, just the dermal layer showing and all this like crazy looking, all this white stuff intertwined, which was all the white fibers from the synthetic underwear. And that was horrible. So that was the worst experience I've ever had of trying to get out. Luckily in the summertime, I've just not had many experiences with my truck not starting. I've actually never had an experience with my truck not starting in the 7 years that I've been out in the summertime. So I've been really fortunate in that regard. In the wintertime, like I said, the only time that I was stuck was when I was snowed in. And so that was the worst time, was that. And then it took about 4 days for the sun to come out, because the sun came out full. And what happens is when it's real fluffy snow like that, the sun will come out and it will compact it down. So it'll take it in the first day from like 3 feet down to like 1.5 feet. And then each day after that, it'll compact it down a little bit more. Then eventually it'll get enough to where you can drive on it. And so I just waited until I could drive on it, and then I got out and, was able to keep going with that. Let's see. I think, is that somebody driving by? No. But that was the worst time. So hopefully you can get out. You said you're 6 hours away from your place, so I'm hoping that you get out. Another thing you could do is like you can call those 4x4 rescue and recovery. A lot of those are just volunteer groups, and I think each state, at least in the Mountain West, has them. So it's a 4x4 rescue and recovery for whatever area you're in. Just Google it, and they'll come out and help you. If you're way back in the middle of nowhere where no one will come, like if you can't get a wrecker back in there or the tow company, they'll come out and they'll actually like help you get out of there, and they won't charge anything. So unless it's like really gnarly, if you rolled your vehicle down a hill and wanted it to be helicoptered out, you probably get charged for it. But if it's something minor, that just a vehicle repair, it's not bad. So maybe give them a call and see if they can help out. So all right, let's see here. What have we got? Just let's see here. Let's see what else we got. All right, let's see. Great, Tony, bro. Thanks, man. That's cool, man. Hopefully, so you're in Bishop. Oh, okay. Thanks to some most people, Bishop. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it was bad, dude. It was really, really gnarly for that. So, all right. Let's see what have we got. Have you had to replace your? Okay. So Teresa and Mark, you're asking if I had to replace my truck, what would I buy? I'd definitely do a first gen Tundra. There's so many incredible first gen Tundra builds that I've seen, and actually, I met Joe Trudeau, the guy who started SaveTheDells.org. I'm not wearing the shirt section there, but he started Save the Dells, and he's got a really kick-ass first gen Tundra. It's got the normal cab and then like the access cab in the back, and then a long bed, or I guess it's just a standard bed on it. And it's got a really great build on that. It's got one of the high rise toppers, which has like some of the side stuff on the topper to where you have it's got all the storage on the side. So those are really nice. The only problem is, I guess he was telling me it's hard to get parts for it. You would think like a rig like that it would be easy to get parts for it because it's a Toyota, but it's a first gen, so maybe that's the reason why. It's like 2001 to 2000, is it 8 or 7? So there's 2 years in there. I think it's '05 and '06 where they made the bed 6 inches deeper than normal. And so you can put the platform in there and then have 6 inches deeper underneath for storage. And then still have like plenty of room to sit up fully if you have like a high rise topper in there or even a regular size topper. I have a friend who's 6'3". He has a regular size topper, it's not even a high rise, just regular one. But he's got the bed that's 6 inches deeper. He's got a full platform deck system in there with the storage underneath, and he can sit up fully on his like double. I think it's a double or maybe it's a twin bed that he's got in there. And then over to the side, he's got his fridge and everything else. He can literally set his feet over off on the side and still be sitting up without hitting the top, that's awesome. Because in my truck, I mean, heck, if I just sit up fully with nothing in there, I hit the top of it with my head. So it's crazy. So all right, let's see what else we got here. Um, let's see. This is like a cool truck. What career path in your life has fulfilled you the most? I have to say the current one. I originally went to school. I was going to be a plastic surgeon because I had my face rebuilt. You can kind of see a little bit of a scar right here. I had my face rebuilt when I was a kid. I got stabbed and my cheekbone got infected, and so they had to remove a bunch of skin. And so if you ever hang out with me, ask to feel my face. It's all puffy here, and over here it's right up against the bone. But I thought it was cool how they like redid my face at that time. I had to do plastic surgery to make sure it looked all right. And then I went to school. My first year I was pre med. And my second semester, my fake ID turned 21, and my grades went from like a 3.7 to about a point 0.9. So I was like, transferred to business. So I transferred to business and went from there. But I'm glad I didn't go the doctor route. I think that would just been way too stressful. And I really enjoy being out here. I love being outside all the time. I don't really care if I'm in the same clothes every day. It doesn't bother me. I don't mind not showering for a while. It's nice to shower once in a while, but I don't need it every day. And it's interesting, like I thought I needed all these things when I was living in the corporate world, like a really expensive bed and like a sleep system that was like all dialed in and like a really expensive place that was quiet just so I could sleep. And all I really needed was that connection with nature, but I didn't have it in the corporate world, I mean, because I was working all the time. And so I think out here, doing YouTube, I kind of got into that by accident. I wasn't ever anticipating that it would take off. And so the fact that it has is great because I really enjoy it. I mean, I love sharing these experiences with everybody. I mean, it pays for what we do, and I couldn't be more thankful for that. And so I just love doing this. I love being outdoors. I like sharing like how this stuff works, just in case if other people want to try it. If people want to try either nomad living in the truck or winter camping, I try to show like the real stuff. I don't put a lot of fluff in the videos, and so um, I don't know. I feel really lucky to have fallen into this because like when I hit the road, my thing was for the first year I was just gonna travel and find a cool place and then settle down and start working. And I almost settled down in Glenwood Springs. Like I had a job interview lined up to be a media director for a number of different mountain newspapers, and I had experience with that because I used to work for Move.com, and I worked with all the newspapers like the Denver Post and the Denver. Well, it's now the Denver Newspaper Agency, but at the time it was Denver Post and Rocky Mountain News. I worked with all those different newspapers and different ones around the country. I worked with the ones in Southern California and stuff like that. But I'm glad I'm not in that because I feel like all those mediums are kind of waning, and who knows what the future holds. I mean, it's crazy, but it's cool to do this because like everybody else that I've met that does this full time, we're all kind of friends now, and we all can get together and chat about what we're doing and talk about collaborating together and all those things. And it's fun. I mean, it's a fun career. It's like even though it's work, I don't really look at it as work. It's a lot of fun for me to do this stuff. And so it's not. I don't look at it as cumbersome or anything that I have to do like I used to look at work when I was living in the corporate world. So. All right, let's see here. What else have we got? A few more questions, then we're gonna log off here. So this is a great chat. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Judy. I'm glad that you're enjoying this. See, Dan, I'm having issues finding parts for my first gen now. There, yeah, that's what I, Dan. That's what I've heard. I just, I mean, like, even when the economy is good, I've heard it's hard to source those parts. I can only imagine now. I mean, like I was having problems sourcing parts for my second gen Tacoma, and think about how many of those are there on the on the road. So it's like that truck is. I mean, there's millions of them out there, and for me to have a hard time sourcing parts for a truck like that, like that says something. So I would recommend to anybody, if you're looking to build out a rig, do it as quickly as possible with the best parts you can find. And if you can't find good parts, just wait. Like, don't get crappy parts to put on your rig and then try to go out and do this stuff because they'll break on you. Like, pay for the good parts, get them installed properly, and then go from there. And maybe even look at doing some stuff yourself. Like for example, like the camper build that I have. It's a little slide out extension. It's nothing, but it's functional. And so it's like I could wait to save up money and buy one of those expensive slide-in toppers that has like a 2-year wait time on it, or I could spend $300 and figure out how to build a little slide-out extension that works just fine and just go jam. So I'm of the mindset that's like, figure out what works and just go jam and don't break the bank doing it. And just, you don't have to have the most built out, the best, most built out rig. A lot of people think they do have to have that in order to hit the road. But I tell people, I'm like, man, just go out and make it happen. And then in the meantime, let's keep our fingers crossed that parts continue to be available and that we can source them. Because there's more stuff I want to do to my truck. It's just who knows if there's going to be parts available. So, all right, let's see here. Let me see a few more here. What real estate website would you recommend to buy off your project? Mary, well, let's see here. In this area, Realtor.com has a bunch of good ones. But what I've found for most off-grid areas is that you'll see some properties online, and you go out to that area, and you'll see a bunch of properties for sale by owner. So if it's for sale by owner, that's great because typically you don't have to work. Obviously you're not working with a realtor, so you have to pay realtor fees. You can work directly with the buyer. So when you work with a realtor, there's kind of like a buffer in between the buyer, but you can ask the buyer directly, like stuff, which is kind of nice. So that's good. I mean, typically you can find pretty good deals on those as well. So if you're finding an area that you like and you want to find off-grid property there, go online, go to like realtor.com. I haven't seen Zillow have very much, at least not in my area, but go to realtor.com, find some properties that you might want to go check out, drive out to that area. You'll realize that the pictures that are on the site for those properties, the pictures are always horrible. The properties look way better than they do online. Like this property I have here looks like crap online. And I came here and saw it. I was like, dude, this place is awesome. Like, just amazing around here. It's just incredible. And so most of the places that I found are like that. So go out there, see for yourself what it looks like, and then start driving around. And you'll see around those properties that are listed for sale online, you'll see other properties for sale that aren't online. And so, like, that's what I'd recommend doing, is going around and checking that stuff out. This property here, I lucked out on. Like I said, I got it before the prices started increasing out here. But I mean, still now, I think the prices are still pretty reasonable considering what you get. So, all right, starting to get dark here. Let me see if I can get this up real. Eyeglasses to where I can. Let's see if it'll improve the brightness. Does it do it? I'm gonna log off now. It's going to be 7 p.m. I want to get my dinner going over the stove and then hop into the hot tub. So, thanks everybody for tuning in. I've got a new video which I need to finish editing. I had my friend Josh come out here. He did a cool van build to where he did on the interior, but he built a complete cabin inside of his van, which is kind of cool. It's in a minivan, and he just got done doing a cross country trip. So I've got that video coming up, and then I've got some truck camping stuff coming up, and then some video from here of when Phil was here, just like some drone footage and all that stuff. And then I'm going out. I'm leaving tomorrow morning to start truck camping again. So I'm going to head back out. There's supposed to be a snowstorm coming on Monday and Tuesday, so I might head up to Flagstaff to go really get into some snow for that. So we'll see. But everything's going to be done out of the truck, and I look forward to getting back to it. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Thank you for the super chats this evening, everybody. And we're doing a live stream here within about a week, if not sooner. We'll do it from the truck, we'll do it from the tailgate, because we'll be back out and about. So thanks everybody for tuning in, especially for those that tuned in for the last 6 months, but I didn't have my truck really working. For those that don't know, I only had it for like 3 weeks out of that time. So for the last 6 months, it's been really frustrating to try to get stuff done. So I'm really excited to be mobile again, and I can't wait to get back out there. I've got a bunch of good places I want to go check out. So, all right, everybody, have a good Friday night. Thanks for tuning in, and we are going to go hit the hot tub and some pizza. So thanks again. Have a good night.